In the bottom right, the Terran Hope.
Acer Innovation, 이신형.
And in the upper right, the Pokemon Protoss. He is.
I am Squirtle, 박현우.
That was a game of chicken right there. Who's going to cast first? I would have just sat there
looked
for
at you
a
like,
long
I'm
time.
not going to talk. Oh, man. We have fun, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Well,
the fun's over, Tasteless. It's time. Well, it's not over.
It's not over, yeah. It's actually, these are great games.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
You thought I was going to crack and talk.
Yeah.
No way, dude.
But the way I looked at you showed you that you couldn't be like, Artosis, you got to talk. You would have to actually say something about the game.
All
right.
So we got the gateway on the way here.
Command Center first.
Wow.
From Innovation.
Woo! 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 Zip-a-da-bow.
A build we don't see all that much recently. People are really liking Reaper expands currently in TVP. Big part of that is you really have to scout what Protoss is doing early on to be able to counter it. If you don't know, then it's almost like a rock paper scissors situation where you can't quite block everything. But he's scouting pretty early with this. Going to check out where his opponent is. Yeah, I like that he's chosen to go for a command center first, though. Nice build to mix in. Big map.
Yeah, and of course it's Squirtle's map, so if Innovation loses, he can pick the next map. All right, we got the Nexus coming down here. Command center almost done.
Yeah, very, very
And
quick.
with Squirtle doing a build like this, I mean, Innovation's just going to have a lead for a while.
Yeah. Probably should see a third Rax coming out of Innovation pretty quickly here. You know, there has been a few more CC first builds recently. In the past, like, I want to say 2 weeks or so, I think I've seen a few more. So maybe it's just kind of coming back.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Protosses have been going back into things like, you know, just Blink Colossus third base type of builds. And against that, something like a command center first into like an SCV pull is really nice. So it's funny to watch the metagame kind of shift around into older builds, like slightly updated, of course.
When you see something rotated back in to the meta, you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're doing this now. One Stalker popping out here. Neither player can really hurt the other one in a situation like this. So here's where you see both players kind of scramble to get all the building blocks set up so that they have, you know, their base is operating like a perfect machine, cranking out their army, getting the upgrades.
And he does have that forge on the way really quickly, as he should really with a build like this. And, you know, Sentry's on the way, got to start building up energy. I do feel like we're definitely going to see a Robo. I'd be quite surprised if we saw anything but a Robo here.
Well, a Robo is a smart move. I mean, when you do a quick Nexus, one thing that the Protoss has to be cautious about is the late observer. The late observer, it means late intel, and intel is so critical in this game. Here comes, no, not comes. There's just a Stalker on patrol. Marines are over here on this ramp.
Oh, we actually could see a Twilight here. He's the speed with which he's getting his natural gases. This could turn into like a big
Blink Stalker.
No, more like a Charge Lot Archon Psystorm type of build.
Okay.
Oh, there is the Robo, the more likely and more Squirtle-esque of the two.
Robotics facility has started up. Terran will have a little bit more initiative on the map coming up here. Medevacs are going to be out in a little while, and Stim's going to be done. Not a lot Protoss can really do to contest that anymore.
No, not really.
And, I mean, it used to be that, you know, before the game was so refined, you could get like some force fields, like block off parts. I mean, nowadays people are so good with picking up in the Medevacs.
Very true. Couple more gates coming up, as they should. You know, this is like just again a very old build from last year. This is what PVT looked like. In fact, TVP oftentimes as well. So right now, Innovation moving up. Wants to set off that Nexus cannon for sure.
Coming up now. Stalker on the run.
Get ready for the Nexus cannon!
Here it comes!
I'm doing my best to hold him off. I can't do it forever.
Oh my god.
Wow, he needs another force field. Oh boy.
Oh my god. This is happening.
You know, I guess I should say things that I'm thinking during a game I'm commentating, but I was wondering in there, I'm like, I wonder if he's going to try to trap some units in with the Nexus Cannon. And then I thought, he has to be careful how many he traps in, and here we see why.
You're so funny.
Like, that's the thing. That's what I think about in my head. Like, and I choose certain pieces of what I think to say to people in the cast. And I was like, well, no. I mean, that's like a very obvious thing. Like, he may choose with 3 sentries to try to force field some in, but then he force fielded all of them in, and it's like, what? It's like, Squirtle, why don't you come to my restaurant? I'm gonna give you free hamburgers. He's like, well, I want 50 free hamburgers. I'm like, you can't bring them home. You have to eat them there. He's like, yeah. And then his belly hurts and he pukes.
Oh my god.
Because he tried to eat 50 hamburgers. He loses all his sentries.
He just
and some
expands
probes
like
too.
that fat guy in the Monty Python skit.
Dude.
Like licks some of the cream off the bagel after he's eating everything and his body blows up. Have you seen that one?
See
so
that.
funny.
That sounds really
He's
funny.
just like there when you see his beating heart and stuff. It's so funny.
It sounds really funny. I'll have to check that out.
Okay, well, from here, Innovation should just dismantle Squirtle. I mean, Squirtle lost so much. I got to show you this clip
Dude,
now. That I'm sitting. I'm remind me after the show. I'll show it on my phone or something.
Okay.
We got the Medivacs coming up now, and I mean, look, he can go right by this. See, ha. He can like,
man.
peace, bro. Like,
I feel bad laughing. Squirtle's one of my favorite all-time Protosses, but like, he made a big mistake there. And Innovation is just killing stuff now, man. Look at how much he's killing. That force field is actually bad.
Yeah, like he's getting the sentries. He picks up. He's like, watch this, LOL. This is happening.
God, this building placement.
This is brutal. This is not even a fatality or toast. This is a babality. He has turned Squirtle into a baby.
It's worse than that, Taste. I don't even... This was like, you can't even really come up with it going worse for Squirtle this game. Like, if you wrote a script for it, it's like he stepped on the rake,
we're gonna do that,
he slipped on the banana peel, and then he fell
sat
down the
on
stairs.
wet paint on
and then
the bench.
he fell into a wood chipper.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's bad. Squirtle is mulch in the garden of Innovation's Terran right now.
And this is like one of those rear window gardens, you know, like from the Hitchcock film. Like, this nerd is buried there.
I didn't see whatever that is.
Rear window? The Alfred Hitchcock film?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Taste, what you say makes no sense. I think you're crazy. Here we go. He's attacking once again, putting on this pressure. Not a lot that Squirtle can do here.
Right.
Even the mighty photon cannon can't hold off the advances of the Marine Marauder Force.
It's so funny because this is actually very not epic. We're trying to make this good, but it's like, well, I mean, this was just, we watched a man fall apart. GG.
Yeah. Remember that part where he force fielded in
Wear
all the
seatbelts, guys. That's a lesson we learned here.
Thing is, if you have like 2 more sentries or 2 more force fields, you can do the cup behind the whole army and then force field in front and make a little box, which is like, even that doesn't make the most sense, but to just force field it all in, it's like, unless Innovation's really bad and tries to run away against 3 sentries and a Nexus Cannon with all those units, like, Squirtle messed up, unfortunately. He is out of this group, but to be honest, he didn't look nearly as good as the other 3 players today.
Has been captured by the Pokemaster Innovation and was then released down into Code A or something, man.
Squirtle fainted. And
Squirtle
then,
has
while
fainted.
he was fainted, they didn't even visit Dr. Jenny. They just put him into the box.
Wow.
And that's it.
We're going to go on to our final best of 3 after the short break, so don't go.